Hey BC, it is old Metal Rocker64 here with a mail update. Some of what I'm going to show you came in the last couple weeks. Some of it is a little bit older stuff that I haven't showed you before. And I got some, let's see here. Right back, listen to the tunes. Sorry about that. Thought I had them in this pile I was going to show you, but I forgot them out there. So anyway, I have some 7-inch to show you, some cassettes, some CDs, some 12-inch, a few patches, and so forth. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time detailing all the bands, just a few. Some of them you may know, some of you may not know them. But anyway, I'll show you the 7-inch right away. I came across this band probably, God, I want to say 7, 8, 9 years ago. The band is called Natur. They do have, I think, 4 releases out. I just got one on vinyl, but I picked up their 2 7-inch releases. One is called Spider Baby. 7-inch, but just some killer classic old, it's not an old band, but it's classic metal. So anyway, here's the back, black vinyl. So but yeah, I just picked this up. I didn't even know they were out there. For some reason I went over to Discogs, searched, found these 7-inch. So number 2 is Natur, the Invitation. I just got this today. The only 2 7-inch releases that I know they have, but 4-piece band. See the back. Just good old school heavy metal. Then I'm going to show you some patches I've gotten over the last 6, 7, 8 months. I just got this here a couple weeks ago. Band is called Phantom. Some new wave of traditional heavy metal. This is a band called, I think this is the coolest patch I've ever seen. The band is called Road Rash. Sunglasses. Cool stuff. A killer band out of, I believe they're out of Canada. Or is it Pennsylvania? I think. Anyway, Gatekeeper, new patch. Keeper of the Gate. I think it's their latest album. Then I have let's see here. It's hard to read this, but it's called Black Denim Rage, some new wave of traditional heavy metal. Got this from King Folly, another October 31 patch, and Meat Thy Maker, great album. And I got this from Scott Waters, this band, Field by Fire patch. So yeah, glad I got those. Some cassettes, quite a few. I showed some of the vinyl of some bands last week in an update, CDs and vinyl. This one is, I got the vinyl, I got the CD, and now I've had the cassette for a while, but here it is. Let There Be Blood, and of course, Vic usually autograph stuff for me. He sent me a note for supporting the band all these years. We'll get on to the music in the background. The band is called Mechanized. And this is Crossroads Baker. Some old school heavy metal. Released this year. Killer stuff. Next cassette, of course, I showed the vinyl, 2 versions of the vinyl and the CD. I got Knife. Killer stuff. Heaven into Dust. I love collecting cassettes. I showed you that Phantom patch. This is part of the band here, Tales from the Crypt. That's part of the band. And then I've got, I showed you the vinyl and the CD last week on an update of Road Wolf. And the album is Midnight Lightning. Definitely go pick this up. Killer Australian heavy metal. Great stuff. 4 more. Here's an American band. Of course, there are other bands that go by this name. These guys are out of Michigan. I got the cassette, I got the vinyl, and of course, I got the CD as well, but definitely picked up the cassette, the lowest level, just old school heavy metal. Good stuff. Revenge. And this is Spitting Fire, or heavy metal, green cassette. Evil Madness, the irrelevance of existence on Jawbreaker Records. Some thrash. It's kind of on it's a purple case, which is kind of cool. And then I showed you the patch. Here's a patch of Gatekeeper. Well, here's another cassette from them. This is from the Western Shores. Killer, epic heavy metal from Canada. CDs. I just got these today. I am going to get the vinyl of this. Love this band. This is their second release. Very Iron Maiden-ish vocals, but a killer band. Stray Gods and Olympus is the album. Killer stuff. Second release, great album. Good stuff. This band I came across last week, in fact, on YouTube. Like, I do a lot of searches, or if I have notifications to check bands out. This was one in the female-fronted metal section, and never knew this band existed. They are on, what intrigued me though was they're on the Rock of Angels Records, so definitely intrigued me. Usually most bands on there are really good. Anyway, this band is called Front Row Warriors, and Wheel of Fortune is the album. I just got this today. Female fronted, melodic vocals, gritty vocals on some of the songs, nothing really growly or really operatic. I mean, I don't mind operatic vocals sometimes, but not all the time. I prefer this style, kind of like maybe Alana Lane or Floor Jansen, kind of along that lines. But definitely check them out, Front Row Warriors. So good stuff here. I've had this for a while. Brand new Enforcer, Nostalgia. It is Enforcer. Of course, they don't change. They just keep the same sound. Good stuff here. This is the brand new release from these guys, a 2-piece. think they're husband and wife, if not, they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Band is called Crash Karma. Female drummer, and she also sings vocals. This is called Falling to Pieces. Kind of has it's heavy metal, but it has a little modern vibe to it. Still very good stuff from these guys. Anyway, they sent me a necklace and a couple of stickers. Of course, it's autographed by the band. Two-member band, so they do all the mixing, recording, everything themselves. So, Crash Karma, Falling to Pieces. Band out of the UK. New wave of traditional heavy metal. I believe this is their first release. Could be wrong, but I think it is. The band is called Heathen Kings and Fealty to None is the name of the album. Good stuff, good guitars, great vocals. Check them out, Heathen Kings. Some thrash from a band called Nuclear Threat, an EP of sorts. Well, it is an EP. Thrash, good stuff. I buy a lot of stuff like this that isn't really, it's indie released. You know, who knows, down the road, years later, may not be able to find any of this and be worth money, but who knows, I may not be around for another 40 years, but I'm hoping I at least got another 30 in my life. But anyway, so it's like the old early days, you know, with vinyl or cassettes that were demos or just one pressings or, you know, limited in numbers. This is kind of the same thing, but still good stuff. Thrash. Another thrash band called Ultimate Power Corrupts, and the album is called Tensions Escalate. Another EP, 4-song EP. I mean, they're like $5. I pick them up, buy them online. I was gonna do something here and I've kind of lost my train of thought, but anyway, so we've had a fairly nice fall here in Minnesota so far. It's going to be warm tomorrow in the 80s, but anyway, hope we have a great fall up to winter. Anyway, so I picked up this Phil Lynot's Grand Slam Anthems on cassette. When I first seen it, I bought it. I did not know there was a vinyl out. There is. I'll pick that up eventually, but it is a 6-disc set, renovations, remixes, Orebro from '83, probably where they played, London '84, Great Yarmouth '84, demos from '83, '84. But I buy stuff like this all the time. But here are all the CDs. See them all there. There's vinyl. I don't think the vinyl, I think, edition does not have all of this. I believe it is only I think it's a double album set. But anyway, Phil Lynott, of course. If you don't know Phil Lynott, then you've been living under a rock. All right, these right here. Huge fan. I buy everything usually. These are also on vinyl. I will be getting them slowly. But this band is in my top 5 of all time bands. And I'm talking about UFO. Well, anyway, Cleopatra has been releasing concerts, recordings of shows in various parts of the world and putting them on CD and vinyl for us to listen to. Well, when I seen these, I bought them. They were like, I think they were $11. $12 for each CD, and there were 5 of them. So anyway, but there's more now. So anyway, the first one is UFO Lights Out 77. Of course, it has all the killer tracks: Lights Out, Love to Love, On with the Action, Doctor Doctor, Out in the Streets, This Kid, Shoot Shoot. Basically, Lights Out album live. Recorded in Cleveland, in the Agora Ballroom in 77, July of 77. Next one is Hot and Ready in Texas in 79. And of course, a lot of these are going to be live recordings of familiar songs we're all aware of from the earlier days. So anyway, this was recorded in 79 in Midland, Texas. This one here, Lights Out in Bobbin House, 1993. Recorded at Stadthal, or let's see, Stadthal, Bobbin House, Germany, December 16th, 1993. This one here is Hollywood 76. Again, a lot of the Lights Out album stuff. But I love UFO, always will. I buy anything and everything I can if I see it. This one is Making Moves in Chicago, 1981. This one just came today from Cleopatra Records. I think 4 of the 5 I've showed you so far are on vinyl. The last UFO is Live in Vienna, 1998. So there's, different years. This is probably the older one. Again, a lot of the classic tracks. One More for the Rodeo, Rock Bottom, Only You Can Rock Me, Natural Thing, Mother Mary, Self-Made Man. So we're getting into older albums. But UFO, yeah, good stuff. This is stuff I got last week. Came across them, of course, through YouTube. A lot of it is through New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal YouTube site, as well as other different areas. This band is power metal. Not the really flowery power metal, but I mean, they're a little bit heavier, but I picked it up. The band is called Thunderforge and Vanquish the Sun. Definitely power metal. Good stuff. This is their first big release, and then I have the EP called Call of the Conqueror. This one is a little bit more heavy. It's not as polished. I think this is, I like that. Sometimes polishing up an album can be too much. This sounds great. Thunderforge. Up next. No, not those, sorry. So, I showed you 7-inch of this band's material on 7-inch, not tour. Well, I picked up a CD as well. It's called Head of Death. Came out on Earache in 2012. So this band's been around for quite a while. Well over 10 years. Probably going on 15 now. But I picked it up and this is cheap. So good stuff here. This next album I'm showing you is in my top 5 of 2023. The one before that was okay, but it just, to me, it wasn't what I was used to with this band. Of course, I think they had a vocal change. I love the early stuff, and I'm talking about the band Chakra. Love the early stuff, classic stuff. Great Swedish hard rock, or Swiss hard rock. Up there with, like, if you like Pink Cream 69, Eclipse, stuff like that, you'll love Chakra, and this is a great CD. It's called Invincible. It's on AFM Records, released this year. killer release. It's in my top 5 of this year, so definitely go check it out. Devil Left Hell, great track. Tell Her That I'm Sorry, House of Rock, As Long As I'm Alive. It is the classic Chakra sound, and with this vocalist, it has that classic old Chakra vibe, but still good. This guy could have been on a couple albums, I'm not positive. Last one I don't think I got. I'm not sure about the one before, but was hoping they would go back to the early sound, and this is really very reminiscent of that early days of Chakra. Great stuff. One more CD. This I bought it on a video I saw on YouTube, of course. YouTube. What else? The band. The video I saw is "I Love It When You Call Me Names." Very catchy tune. It's a rocker. I mean, it's something it's catchy. It's something that'll keep in your head for a while. You find yourself singing some of the lyrics down the road later on. But the band is called Bombay Black, and the album is called En Fuego, the original soundtrack. This is a fun album, fun hard rock album, especially that track I just was just talking about. Makes Me the Devil, good track. Sick of Myself, good track. Devil's in the Details, very good track. Just some killer hard rock, good stuff. All right, now we're on to the vinyl. I just got this vinyl today. I wasn't going to order it because it was so expensive. It finally dropped. It was released last week. I will say I got it for under 30 bucks, where it was normally going upwards to 40 to 45 bucks. So I pulled the plug on it. I love this band, especially the early stuff. I did pick up some. I showed some in a previous update. This band's out of Canada. This guy is absolutely killer hard rock to the bone. Maybe a little bluesy at times. But talk about Danko Jones and Electric Sounds. Great album. Definitely check it out. Of course, Danko Jones, you know, really doesn't play over in the States at all. Plays in Canada, his home country, mostly in Europe. But love Danko. These all came today, and they were released. I believe they're all No Remorse. No, I got them from Lost Realm Records. I made an order over there. It's a European label, or is it a Mediterranean label? I forget. I think it's a German label. That's what it is. This band, great band. I believe this is their second release, and Bev showed this album on her Facebook site. But the band is called Rage and Fire and The Last Wolf. It's released by No Remorse. But I'm just glad I got this. New wave of traditional heavy metal. Killer stuff. And as always, packaged very well when they ship. I got this also. To me, the cover and how the band's name is written or put on the album really drew me in, and so I started to read about it. This is on Lost Realm Records. This is an older band. It's the first time this is ever. It's the first time it's ever been on vinyl. They're from Ohio. Highly requested. This band's material was recorded between 91 and 94 and been remastered from the old reel tapes, and the band is called Trigger Zone, and the album is called The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. I had to get it. I just got these today, so I haven't really had a chance to digest and really get into it. But good stuff. Another band on, I believe, Lost. No, these guys are on, yeah, Lost Realm. This is another band that came out of, let's see here, 85. Band is out of Arizona. I know there's a couple albums. This label has another album from this band, but I picked up this one because it sounded really heavy. Killer. It was Arizona metal, born in the city of Tucson. Powerful and intricate compositions. They have more of a technical side of metal. 85, they released Straight From Hell. In this reissue, you'll find in the addition to the 4 songs of the original EP, 4 bonus track songs from demo recordings and compilation appearances. It's limited to only 250 from Lost Realm Records. This band is called Aftermath. There is an Aftermath out of Chicago. Great band as well. This band reissued Straight From Hell, Aftermath. Like I say, they do have a couple albums. That one, I'm really anticipating good things to hear out of that. Up next, this came yesterday. This is the brand new release from Portland band Soul Grinder, female fronted of course, and their new album called Filth Encrusted. Kind of a deathy thrash, but not real deathy as far as the vocals go. Very understandable. She does a great job. Black vinyl. So I have all of their releases. It's 2 on vinyl that I know that I do have now, but good stuff here from Soul Grinder. This is a band out of China, and they play thrash, and they play thrash very good. But when I first came across them, of course, it was on YouTube, again, through New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal YouTube site. And at the time, you could only get the digital download, and I bought the digital download because I liked what I heard. I finally came across a site that was carrying this album, and I immediately jumped on it. The band is called Hell Freezes Over, and the album is called Hellraiser. But killer Chinese thrash. Maybe it's Chinese, Japanese, I want either or. I thought they were Chinese. But anyway, originally came out in 2020 on Carnal Beast. Put out in 2023 by Sleazy Rider. So it's a Sleazy Rider release under the Carnal Beast originality. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's killer thrash. You'll love it if you've never seen this. Go do a search. I'm not sure how many were pressed, but glad to have it. The third album from this fine band on Dying Victims Records. Again, new wave of traditional heavy metal. I believe these guys are out of Sweden. What else is new? The band is called Flight and Echoes of Journeys Past. I just got this last week. Good stuff. If you like Freeway out of Canada, you probably like this. But it's only on black vinyl, so, but the third album from Flight. Yeah. Atomic Fire Records. Vastly becoming one of my favorite labels. It's too bad you got to order their stuff out of Europe. I wish they had a distro over here in the US where you didn't have to pay so much for shipping. But at the time I didn't care, because when I seen this on Facebook, on Snowy Shaw's Facebook site. Of course, Snowy Shaw played with this band. This is some earlier material from the band. The band is Dream Evil, and the album is called The Book of Heavy Metal. You know, a lot of people didn't like the name Dream Evil because they thought it was in reference to Dio, but it wasn't. They just took the name because they liked the name of that for a band. So yeah, this is a limited white black marbled vinyl. This is on Backfire vinyl releases, and slowly but surely they're all coming out. I'm trying to think of the last one I picked up. It was a few months back. It's just like the Annihilators coming out on vinyl, the back catalog. I'm looking forward to more of those coming out. One did come out last year. Hopefully we got a couple more coming out. Hopefully this year. If not this year, I know next year. I know they're coming out. But some Dream Evil. I love this album. This, a little story on this. So I come home at noon, and of course I have a package sitting there. Must have been dropped off by UPS. And as soon as I seen it, I said, "Oh fuck!" Sorry for the language. Damaged. Yeah. So I looked at the package, and I looked at how far the damage went into the package. It was in a vinyl album mailer, but it wasn't a real good one. So anyway, I got in there, I put it away, I came back after work, looked at it, and I seen that it was damaged. Of course, you can see the damage here. And it was kind of bent like this. If you can see that. Well, I mean, other than that, I mean, there's a little bit of other damage on the cover. So I looked at the vinyl when I pulled it out, and at first it didn't look very bad. Then I looked at it a little bit closer, and it has a bad spot. I don't know if you can see it. Well, this vinyl's going to shit anyway, but it's right up here. Maybe you can see it on the back a little better. Anyway, so I figured it wasn't going to play. It still might, but be damn close. So anyway, I got a hold of the band who sent it, and I told them what happened. I said I got pictures to prove it, and it was actually UPS that shipped it. USPS. And they wrote on their damaged product, sorry for that. But anyway, the band was Vision Master, and the album is Skeptor, band out of Seattle. And killer stuff, but I haven't heard this one because it's garbage. So anyway, I told them about it. Saturday, the second one came. Undamaged in a great mailer. He said, "I'm sorry, I should have put it in a better mailer. Learned my lesson." He said, "Luckily I had an extra copy, so I got lucky on that, or he's going to refund me the money." And of course it is Gates of Hell Records. I do believe. Yes. Vision Master. Out of Seattle. Check them out if you get a chance. Good stuff. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you next time. This is old Metal Rocker 64, and stay heavy.